Good morning to you too. John is quite right. Rain and wind are in the forecast this week. In fact, it's a cold start in parts of the Highlands this morning. Temperatures below freezing for some. Come further south, we're looking at 13 degrees. So a real contrast. We've got... Good morning both. Good morning to you too. Well, the weather this week is certainly going to be changeable and also unsettled. Good morning to you too. We've been talking about rain this morning. The rain's continuing to push northwards and eastwards. Behind it, it's brightened up quite nicely for now in Staffordshire. And if you're just stepping out, it's a mild start to the day.
And we need to talk to Carol. Do we want to find out what the weather's going to be doing?
Just talk to her.
It's very wet.
Let's just chat instead.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah,
morning.
Good plan. Good morning both. Good morning to you too. If you've been out this morning, you may have noticed that it has been wet, but for many, it's drying up now. There's some sunshine around, but it won't necessarily stay like that.
Now time to speak to our very own whiz kid, or I should say tech whiz kid, whoever she is. Kate, take it away.
Thank you, that's me. Good afternoon. Well, it's quite miserable out there at the moment. If you're looking for rain this week, great. There's quite a bit of that around, but we did have a little glimmer of something brighter earlier on this morning. Since then, I'm afraid the cloud has thickened. There's been spots of light rain, spots of drizzle, and that is going to continue for a while this afternoon. It is going to stay rather unsettled pretty much every day this week, Luxmy.
Oh, bit of a washout. Kate, our tech guru, thank you.
Nina, there's a big dark cloud above my head and it's about to burst. And I'm telling you, it is looking not very appetizing out there at the moment. We've got big shower clouds spreading across the UK, even a chance of thunder and lightning in places.
Hello again, a very good evening to you. Hope you had a lovely start to the week. Beautiful skies. These were, you probably noticed, from the weekend and not today. A bit grey outside. Let's take a look at the outlook. It's pretty unsettled this week. Now, tomorrow's not too bad, but the rest of the working week there will be rain at times. So really, for the outlook, it's worth keeping an eye on the forecast, and it's also worth taking an umbrella. Right, that's it from us all here at the Underbelly Boulevard Theatre in Soho, and this gorgeous tree. I shall see you later on. Cheerio.
Yes, we've had above average temperatures, haven't we, so far this November. We are actually heading for some clear skies overnight tonight, and it could be a slightly cooler night as the rain that we've seen today is gradually easing away. Temperatures will start to climb, though, towards dawn.
Right now, though, after a damp, grey start to the week, weather-wise, are things looking up? Well, Kate is here to tell us. You've got a rainbow behind you.
Things are looking confusing, Riz. That's what this week is looking like. Yes, beautiful pictures of rainbows today from our weather watchers, but it didn't start like this. This morning it was grey. We had maybe one or two breaks in the cloud, but also quite a lot of rain. Some drizzle through the morning and then a bigger band of rain through the middle part of the day, which meant everybody got wet around lunchtime. But it has been clearing, and as we headed towards sunset, yes, there were still a few showers around, but the cloud was continuing to break. The breeze a bit lighter, but it switches direction, and that brings us a colder air mass, which means the temperature is getting colder into the weekend. Riz.
OK, Kate, thanks very much. Still not too bad, the temperatures there.
And there is no doubt that we are in November. It has been a wet and a miserable start to a brand new week right across the UK. And we have rain warnings in force for tomorrow. I'm afraid I'll give you all the details a little later in the programme.
And Becky is deep in the Essex countryside for us tonight. Becky, it has been a really wet start to the week. Does it get any better from here?
No, it doesn't, Gamal. I'm afraid I'm not going to be making many friends with this forecast. But welcome to Leamani Tower near Tiptree in Essex. Tiptree, of course, is famous for its jam making, and Leamani Tower is famous in its own right. This exquisite Tudor palace boasts the tallest gatehouse in the whole of Britain, 80 foot tall. Imagine cleaning those windows. And of course, in its 500-year history, it will have seen its fair share of grotty conditions, and that's definitely what we saw here today. And of course, across many parts of the UK, it's been the same. And with Atlantic rain-bearing frontal systems continuing starting to sweep in from the west over the next few days. We can expect more of the same. In fact, for tomorrow, we have weather warnings in force. Have a look at these southwestern parts of Scotland, Northern Ireland, southern parts of Wales and the West Country. You've got weather warnings for much of the day for that rain through tomorrow. And of particular note is across South Wales. You've already seen a month's worth of rain in just the first 10 days of the month. So those water levels are really sensitive at the moment. That rain falling on already saturated ground, up to 80 millimetres in places is expected. Now, over the next few days, towards the end of the week, we are expecting it to be drier. Have a look at this pressure setup, though, because it's not completely simple. We are going to be seeing something a little bit more settled, but with high pressure sitting to the north, we get that very cold Arctic airflow. That's really going to be knocking those temperatures back across much of the UK, apart from in the far south where we still got that slightly warmer air feed. But even then, that is going to start dipping away as we move over the weekend. I told you I wasn't going to make any friends with this forecast. Let's have a look now at the detail. So as we look ahead then to the next few days, we are expecting to see more heavy rain at times, quite windy for some as well. And then towards the end of the week, starting to turn cold from the north. So, as I say, we start with something wet and mild, and then we end with something drier, but also colder as well. But from here in this beautiful, beautifully lit, thank you, Bill, the cameraman, tower, it's back to you in that lovely dry studio.
And it is glorious where you are. Becky, thank you.